Right. Today I'd like to introduce you to CodeRabbit, a tool that will help you improve code quality on your projects. So CodeRabbit is basically a smart assistant for developers that help automate code reviews and highlight some issues before they reach production. So it saves time, ensures consistent quality, and helps team to ship code faster. You can go to the next slide. It is easy to integrate in your projects and get automated reviews for all of your PRs just in few clicks. And also, CodeRabbit has some smart inbuilt features. For example, it can write documentation for you or generate tests. It allows also to customize your review approach for all your repos if you have multiple, or have some specific settings for each project if you need so. Yeah, we can go to the next one. And CodeRabbit writes rich reviews, and it is not just text that you need to improve something in this file. It also gives you some reasoning, writes summary for your PRs, creates diagrams of the changes, and even can make a poem about your changes in the PR. And also, you can review your code even before you push it to the remote repo. You can install an extension in your IDE and check code locally. There are some limitations, though. For example, JetBrains family IDEs don't support such things yet, but it is supported in VS Code and therefore in Cursor that I will use to show you some short hands-on experience with using CodeRabbit. So I'll share my screen. Can you see my screen now? So here in Cursor, I have a simple application that I actually vibe coded with few prompts in Cursor just to show possibilities of reviewing. And also, I'd like to show you some relatively new features of Cursor itself. This is an inbuilt browser where we can see our application and work with it. For example, now I'd suggest do some changes and start review with CodeRabbit. Let's update, for example, end date filter. Here we can select the element on the page and add it to Cursor context in chat. So here I have my file that I added before and this specific place. And let's ask Cursor to set default value of end date to be today. We see that Cursor is running his cycle of changes. Now we can review the changes and keep them. And let's do maybe some more changes in here. I think this graph looks too big. So we selected it and the chart is too big. Make it size filter. I see, oh, yeah, I see something happening in here, and yeah, it worked. So we keep all the changes. Now we can see that our dashboard file was updated, and in here you can see my CodeRabbit extension. It is aware of files that were changed, and let's start the review. It might take some time though, so I prepared some older reviews in my GitHub account for this project. And I'll show you, for example, this localis feature changes. Here you can see that summary was created by CodeRabbit. My actions here were just adding this text when creating the PR. And here CodeRabbit adds some more details for it, what was changed, what is happening in this PR. Also, you can see diagram, and here is a poem that I was mentioning. This is, I think, a nice reason to smile during the day. And here you can see some details about what needs to be changed. Also, CodeRabbit suggests you some final touches, for example, generating documentation or generating tests, but none of tests were generated here because this is basically switching the language. Also, I can open files that were changed, and it might be easier to navigate through the suggestions in this view. You can see what should be changed. Also, I was mentioning about changing settings and configuring CodeRabbit for your needs. For example, in my other PR, I prohibited him to write poems and drew diagrams. So in here, we still have everything else, but we don't have something that is not needed in here. Also, in this PR, I asked him to write tests, and CodeRabbit did it. You can see here additional commit was added with tests. I was mentioning about configuring the CodeRabbit. I'll just show you a short example of how doing so. So this is your personal view in CodeRabbit. Here you can add more repos to it or go to configurations and change a lot of things in here. For example, style of review, you can give some exact instructions, or you can exclude some files if they contain, for example, your keys to work with AI or something like this. And by the way, these changes will affect all your repos. And if you want some precise changes for a specific project, you can create a YAML file with all the instructions in the project, commit it, and then CodeRabbit will follow instructions from there. I'll try to go back to Cursor and check if review was finished, but it is still in progress. But anyway, when it is done, you have here some suggestions if they are present for your changes, and you'll be able to fix them with AI prompts as well. So this is my part of the presentation. If you had some questions, you can ask.